What's up, guys? This is Caruso from Caruso's Gaming and Reactions, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is a little bit of a commentary. This is about one of my favorite companies in the U.S. called SpaceX. A lot of you guys may be familiar with it. Any of you guys who have been paying attention over the last couple of months, you know that I'm a big fan of astrology and space, and I know a little bit about it. So let's just talk about SpaceX and what's the current development, where they are in their development on the BFR and the Crew Dragon. Basically, SpaceX had an explosive issue with their Crew Dragon, and it was with one of their rocket boosters, one of their new uh, Raptor engines, if I'm not mistaken. It says SpaceX has not had a very good week. Initially, things were looking good as a successful launch of Falcon Heavy. The company even managed to land all first three stage boosters this time around. However, a few days later, the company announced they had lost the center booster at sea due to rough waves, and that they did land the third booster on the drone ship. Of course, I still love you, but the because of the rough ocean and the waves, the thing just simply toppled over. Now, here's my idea on how they should secure their boosters. They really need to come up with an apparatus that actually grabs the booster. And I hope somebody sees this video of consequence. All of you guys are of consequence, of course, when I'm talking about people that are actually in the space industry. And I'm sure I'm not the leading edge on minds in terms of how you can secure a booster that lands at sea on a drone ship. So it's already a difficult task as it is. So I don't pretend to be a professional, but if I had to guess, I would say it to be a very simple solution. It's basically a giant crane apparatus device that once the booster lands, it secures the booster at the top and the bottom, so it doesn't move and slide around, and it'll actually become fixed to the ship because of the arms that are connected. These arms just simply clamp around the rocket, and it may be an expensive undertaking to build something of that magnitude, but at the same time, if you save the boosters, I'm pretty sure those arms are not going to cost as much as the boosters cost to replace. Now they did fish the booster out, so there are going to be some parts that they can salvage. However, they could have recovered the entire booster, which would have saved them a lot of time and money in terms of reusability. So that part failed, and then they had this explosion and an anomaly that really could delay the Crew Dragon. The Crew Dragon is the space capsule that you see in this picture here that's supposed to take astronauts up to the International Space Station. And this will be a NASA and SpaceX joint venture, which will bring the space bring let our astronauts from the U.S. be fired into space from our rockets, okay, or from our rockets instead of Russia. For the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years, we've been using the Russian Soyuz rocket to take astronauts to the space station, which costs a lot of money to the U.S. taxpayers, and nobody really wants to do that. So this is sort of bad news. It says that a few days later they lost their center booster due to rough seas. Then over the weekend, SpaceX announced that Crew Dragon capsule, the vehicle SpaceX planned to use to ferry astronauts to space, experienced some sort of fiery anomaly according to the company's statement. Fortunately, the capsule was undergoing tests and no one was hurt. However, this is likely delay the company's Crew Dragon program. The SpaceX Dragon capsule is supposed to be NASA's answer to the cancellation of the Space Shuttle program. When the shuttle program ended in 2011, NASA lost its only way to transport humans into space on American soil. Since then, the agency has been relying on the Russian Soyuz spacecraft to carry or ferry astronauts to the ISS. NASA contracted Space Boeing and the Archer way to send astronauts to space. Both companies have spent the last few years building and testing their own solutions. SpaceX Crew Dragon is currently in the final stages of testing before a likely crewed launch later this year. The recent incident, however, might cause a few delays according to reports. SpaceX is conducting a test of the Dragon capsule on their launch pad at Cape Canaveral when an undetermined malfunction caused some sort of damage to the craft. There's not a lot of information about the incident. SpaceX is being deliberately vague about the details, but an unconfirmed video above appears to show the entire capsule exploding. This video has not been confirmed genuine by SpaceX, but it matches descriptions posted by Spaceflight now. This particular model is only being used for tests and would have never carried actual humans, but it remains a big setback. Now, here's the deal. SpaceX has setbacks. They've been having setbacks since they started. But does that mean they won't succeed? Not likely. People should be very careful about betting against SpaceX. They tend to overachieve. And so I wouldn't bet real money against SpaceX. I really love the company and I love Elon Musk. He's eccentric, but he's one of those figures in history that will go down in history as at least one of the most influential people ever in our history because just of the things that he's done and the things that he's probably going to do. So I think we're living in a moment now with SpaceX. So you guys just need to hold on to what you got because SpaceX is still going to the top. No matter how many people want to hate on him and shun him, and they've been doing that to him since he's been in business, but he's always seemed to overcome. And Elon, if you ever see this video, don't give up, please. It's not really in your nature to give up, but do not give up and do not give in to ignorance and stupidity. And I'm sure you know this, but this is coming from somebody that's a not likely fan of SpaceX. Wouldn't even know anything about it, but I do, and it's because of what you've achieved so far. So keep going and keep reaching. Anyway, guys, I'm Kaluzu from Kaluzu's Gaming Reaction. Tell me what you think about SpaceX if you're fans or if you're not. Leave in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe, and share. We'll see all of you guys in the next video.